Welcome to Wealth Alchemy, the channel that turns everyday knowledge into golden opportunities. Let me tell you something that most people don't want to hear. In the next 10 years, you and someone else who is exactly like you today, same income, same starting point, same opportunities, will end up living completely different lives. Not slightly different, completely different. One will be financially free, calm, in control of life. The other will still be stuck, working, worrying, reacting, surviving. And the uncomfortable truth is this: the difference will not come from talent. It will not come from luck. It will not even come from how hard you work. It will come from one invisible force: compounding. Most people never see it. Most people never feel it. And because they never see it, they never respect it. That is why, over time, the gap between people becomes so large. Not because one person is extraordinary, but because one person understands something the other doesn't. Let's start with how most people think. Most people believe life is linear. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. You put in more effort, you get slightly more results. You save a bit, you grow a bit. Everything is step by step. Straight line. Predictable. Safe. So they build their entire life based on this assumption. Work hard. Earn money. Spend money. Repeat. Work, earn, spend, repeat. And they expect that if they do this long enough, something big will happen. But nothing big happens. Because linear effort creates linear results. And linear results will never change your life. The people who move ahead are not playing this game. They are playing a completely different game. They are playing the compounding game. Compounding is very simple. Small actions, repeated consistently, multiplied by time, create exponential results. Not fast, not exciting, but extremely powerful. Here is the problem. Compounding is invisible in the beginning, and human beings hate things that feel invisible. In year 1, nothing happens. You invest a bit. You save a bit. You improve a bit. But your life looks exactly the same. No one praises you. No one notices. Even you start to doubt yourself. In year 2, still nothing. Maybe a tiny improvement, but still not enough to feel meaningful. In year 3, most people quit. They say, "This is too slow." They say, "I need something faster." They say, "This doesn't work." And this is where most people lose. Not because they made a big mistake, but because they stopped before the curve started rising. Because compounding does not reward the beginning. It rewards persistence. Now let's imagine 2 people again. Same starting point. Same salary. Same environment. The first person lives a normal life. They increase their spending when their income increases. They buy things to reward themselves. They don't track their money carefully. They invest sometimes, but not consistently. They react to life. They follow trends. They think in the short term. They focus on comfort. The second person is different. Not dramatically different, just slightly more intentional. They save consistently. They invest consistently. They focus on assets, not liabilities. They improve their thinking every year. They avoid unnecessary risks. They think long-term. In the first 3 years, there is almost no visible difference. Both look the same. Both live similar lifestyles. Both appear to be doing fine. This is the most dangerous stage, because the normal person looks at the disciplined person and thinks, "Why are you doing all this? It doesn't even matter." But then, something changes. Year 4. A small gap appears. The disciplined person starts to have a bit more stability, a bit more control, a bit more confidence. Year 5. The gap becomes clearer. Their investments start to grow faster. Their decisions become better. Their stress becomes lower. Year 6. People start to notice. But by now, it's already too late to catch up easily. And then, year 7 to 10. The gap explodes. The disciplined person is no longer playing the same game. They are no longer trading time for money. They are no longer reacting to life. They have systems. They have assets. They have leverage. And the normal person? Still working. Still stressed. Still wondering why life feels hard. This is the compounding gap. And once it opens, it is very difficult to close. Now let's go deeper. What actually creates this gap? The first difference is time horizon. Most people think in days and months. What can I get today? What can I enjoy now? What makes me feel good immediately? But people who understand compounding think in years, even decades. They ask a different question. What will this decision look like in 10 years? This one shift changed everything, because it filters out bad decisions instantly. The second difference is decision-making. Most people are emotional. They react to news. They follow what others are doing. They chase opportunities. They panic during uncertainty. But compound thinkers are calm. They don't rush. They don't chase. They don't need excitement. They follow a system. They understand something very important. You don't need many good decisions. You just need to avoid big mistakes. The third difference is how they use money. Normal people use money to upgrade their lifestyle. Better car, better house, more spending. Compound thinkers use money to buy assets. Assets that produce income. Assets that grow over time. Assets that reduce future stress. This is why over time one person becomes free and the other becomes trapped. The fourth difference is patience. Compounding requires patience. But patience is very difficult because we live in a world that rewards speed. Fast money, fast success, fast results. But real wealth does not come fast. It comes quietly, slowly, almost invisibly, until one day it becomes undeniable. And here is something very important. Compounding is not just about money. It applies to everything. Your knowledge compounds. If you learn a little every day, in 10 years you become very different. Your relationships compound. If you treat people well consistently, trust builds over time. Your health compounds. Small habits today become big outcomes later. Even your thinking compounds. If you think clearly and rationally, your decisions improve year by year. But the opposite is also true. Bad habits compound. Bad decisions compound. Neglect compounds. That is why life can slowly improve or slowly fall apart. Now let's talk about a common mistake. Many people confuse compounding with speculation. Compounding is slow. Speculation is fast. Compounding is disciplined. Speculation is emotional. Compounding builds wealth. Speculation destroys it. If you are always chasing the next big thing, you are not compounding. You are gambling. And this is where many people lose everything. Because they mistake excitement for progress. If you want to build real compounding in your life, keep it simple. Save consistently. Invest consistently. Improve yourself every year. Avoid big mistakes. Stay patient. Think long term. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Because in the end, compounding is not about intelligence. It is about behavior. In 10 years, you will not regret the things you invested in. You will regret the things you wasted. The time you wasted. The money you wasted. The opportunities you ignored. The future is not decided in one big moment. It is decided in small daily choices, repeated over time. And whether you realize it or not, you are already compounding something. The only question is, are you compounding towards freedom or compounding towards struggle? Because the gap is coming. Slowly, silently, inevitably. And one day, you will look back and realize it was never about luck. It was never about talent. It was about the small decisions you made, again and again, when no one was watching. This is Wealth Alchemy, and I'll see you in the next one.